What's up, everybody? Welcome to the 2300 Gear Jammer channel. I'm pretty excited. We're at the track, and I've actually brought the slowest thing I own, towing the second slowest thing I own, but it doesn't really matter. The point is just to go to the track. We're going to pick a number for the Ranger and let her rip. I haven't driven it. I have no idea what's going to happen, but we'll make some predictions. So the first thing, I have no idea if this thing's going to control boost. My game plan, I'm going to treat it like it doesn't. And I'm just going to drive the thing, instead of watching the tack, which doesn't really matter, I'm going to drive it watching the boost gauge. And if it starts to overboost, I'm just going to keep pulling gears and make the boost come back down a little bit. Just going to drive around whatever problems we can. And the other thing is, from where the freeze plug was out and dealing with all of that, it's overheated a couple of times. So the head gasket's probably partially pushed out. Doesn't really matter. We're just going to let her rip. I was thinking about it. I could either put a head gasket in it and take it to the track, or it still kind of runs, so we can just take it to the track and then put one on anyway. We're gonna take it and run it. And the current best for this thing is, it's been 930s in the 8th, at like mid 70s mile per hour, so that's like 15 20s in the quarter. So I'm gonna say today, if we can go 930s and not blow it up, that's a win. If we can survive the first pass, I'm gonna run it on street tires first, get one pass under me, see if it survives, see how it acts, and then I will put slicks on it. And remember, these tires are 14 years old, and they were used then, so it may not make it any better. We're just gonna try it. We'll see how it goes. And this track's got scales, so they're not hooked up when I went by just now, so hopefully I can maybe at least weigh the truck. I took a lot of weight out of it, so it sits up kind of high compared to normal. So that's gonna make it a little bit harder to drive too. It's kind of nosed over in the front. It may take slicks to get it to do anything. We're just gonna take and run it, find out. Here we go. Oh, something worth pointing out, just for proof that I actually did it. This is by far, way by far the cleanest this truck has ever been. I actually vacuumed it inside and out. There we go. All right, first pass on street tires. It's gonna be a little tricky trying to get it to move. Like I said, tires are aired up, and we're just gonna try to drive around whatever it does to me. And that's half the fun. So let's see what happens. I think it said 973. It was a little hard to tell. My gosh, let's turn the heat off. Thanks, sir. You're welcome. All right, 973 at 77. So that's pretty funny. I cut a 04 reaction time, which is pretty solid for me. So nobody here's got mufflers. All right, so I'm gonna change tires real quick. We'll go back and hit it again, see how the next one goes. Hey, everything's kind of where I left it, sort of. Shoo-wee. Got it made. Let's go again. All right, so 970, left real slow, kind of bogged down a little bit, and just wasn't getting real aggressive with it. I'm excited. Anytime this truck goes in the 9s without a whole lot of effort, I'm pretty happy. So like I said, high 9s. That's a mid 15-second pass in the quarter mile. We're gonna give it a go, see if I can get after it a little bit this time. Slicks are at 12 psi, and this is really old slicks, so I'm gonna do a pretty good burnout. I don't usually do that either, but I'm gonna give it a good one just in case the slicks die after this. Here we go. So not solid again, but it's still alive, so we're just gonna keep on trying it. That ought to be about the best 60 foot it's had though. Usually the boost gauge won't even move, so when it falls off the dash I feel like I've done something. I might actually hook a laptop to it this time too. I was just trying to get some passes. Still not a good 60 foot. That's a 210 and lost some mile per hour, so might be a little bit warmer than it was the first time. That could have something to do with it, but let's go get the laptop. I'll put the hood up for just a minute and see what I can come up with. Either way, you're not going to see me unhappy. It's still it's starting to smell like oil, but it's still sort of running, so that's a little unhappy. Ooh, that's tight. So this thing's got a 14 to 18 psi cap on it, so it is all the pressure. I might want to take a little pressure off of that. So we're in pretty good shape. It's still running, and 14-year-old tires are definitely hanging in there. Does that say pickles? Pickle truck. That's a thing, apparently. Says it's only 180 degrees. I really start to panic when the thing starts idling right. Then I know something's really messed up. If this thing's not idling like crazy, that's when I worry. But we're good to go. I'm gonna try not to break the laptop. Let's go again. Like crazy. I lost my boost gauge again. Oh my gosh, the AC is not working. It's hard to have this much fun sitting at a car show, to be honest. Shit. Well, we got a bracket car, unfortunately. We're in a 973, a 68, and a 64, and it's lost mile per hour from the first to now. So may let it cool down and give it one more shot at it. That's in third gear. All right, so I ran a, what do I got? I got a 973, 968, and a 964. Ran on street tires for the 73. Slicks on the 68, and then slicks and trying to work the clutch a lot more on the 64. So I drove it completely different, all three passes, and everything kind of ran just about the same time. So we might be running 960s and that's it for today, but it needs a two-step. That's probably the biggest thing holding it back today. It definitely makes it harder to drive, and a two-step is like an engine limiter. So you push a button, or some people have it on the clutch switch, and you hold the gas pedal all the way to the floor and rev the engine up, and it'll help you build boost before you take off. And building boost before you take off is the #1 thing in this thing. So we're leaving on 0 boost and just working the clutch, and it's a stock part store clutch, so it's not very happy, but it doesn't matter. This is the normal smile that I have when I'm at the track. It doesn't matter what it's running. I'm trying to drive around whatever problems I've got and just having a blast with it. So it's cooling down now. It actually didn't overheat. I saw it get to 180 degrees, but I will let it cool down for a couple of minutes, and then it's starting to get a little crowded here, so I will probably make 1 or 2 more and then head to the house. We'll call it a day. No parts have fallen off yet, though. Look how much it's leaning. I think that said pickles. All right, round 4, we're going again. Trevor said there's a dude in the stands yelling about how I need to drive a little better, so hopefully I don't let him down on this one. Holy crap, somebody just came up and said that he's got a 2.3 turbo in a Ranger that's here. So that plus this, and he said he's got another buddy that's coming. So that would be 3 2.3 turbo Rangers in one spot. That usually, for me, that usually means my stuff breaks when you get that many of them at the drag strip at one time. So I might be in trouble on this one. We'll see. This is not good. It's mostly fine. So much better, and then it died when I let the clutch out, so oh well. That sucks. All right, so the tire pressure came up just a little bit, 1 psi. When you're doing burnouts, the pressure comes up, so I'm gonna try to air them up. It's really hard. The clutch won't let me slip it enough. If I slip it too much, it burns through when I hit 2nd or 3rd. So I'm gonna air the tires up. Hopefully it will spin some. I won't have to work the clutch as hard, and then I can get after it a little bit down the track. That last one was tough though. I about hit my teeth on the steering wheel. Ah, boom. Does that say pickles? So 4th run was a throwaway. Immediately when I said there's other turbo stuff on the property, everything goes to crap. So that's what happened. And we're gonna try it again. I added 6 psi to the tires, so it's sitting at 18. And we'll see if that does anything for it. It needs to spin a little bit just to get itself moving. That's an infinity on slicks. I don't think this is gonna work out. All right, switching back, 1st gear burnout. Got a lot of air in the tires. Hopefully it'll spin just a little bit. Did you see the fella yelling at me as I was staging? He said, "There's Culpepper in the Ranger," and I was like, "I'll be right back." And then I hit an O2 light. That's pretty solid. So the rest of the run wasn't that great, but it was a 988, so I'm pretty excited. I'm gonna call it a day. We have a running truck, so if nothing else, I'm gonna drive this thing in the trailer, and that's a win no matter what. We're back from the track, and I'll be honest, it didn't go exactly the way I thought it would. One, I would have bet you money that the Ranger was going to end up completely broke, at least a head gasket pushed out by the end of the day. It had been overheated when I was playing in the snow and things like that. So, and boost was running away. So I thought for sure it would push a head gasket out. The second thing is there were 3 different running, driving 2.3 turbo Rangers at the track. Wasn't planned, just some guys showed up. So I got to hang out with Austin and Mo for a little bit, and they were telling me about their trucks. And they were as different as could be. You know, one was an OBD2 truck with the later style 2.3, and the other one is more like what I've got, an OBD1, and run a stock computer and a VAM, things like that. Super cool, very different trucks between the engine stuff. But both of them, I think, had drop I-beams and lowered suspension airbags and that stuff. So they would have been really hard to get down the track. So they had an excuse. I really didn't. I ended up running a, let's see, I ran a 973, 968, a 964, and then I don't know what happened on the 1122. When I let off the clutch, the engine pulled down and just about died. And it felt like the thing didn't have enough gas in it. And I've had that happen where the fuel will slosh around and it'll hiccup in the fuel system. I launched the truck coming back on the return road and it didn't seem to do it. And I put a couple of gallons in it, and then I went back and ran the 988 right after it. So I don't know. It still drove in the trailer. So I'm pretty excited. And we've got some issues to work through, but that was a worst case scenario, and we should be able to make it a good bit faster from there. But now we've got a place to start, and we'll just keep working on it. A couple of people ask about T5 videos and Explorer rear end swap. I may do a couple of videos for that. The T5 video is going to happen because I need to get something in it. And the Explorer rear end's already in it. So I have to make up some excuse to... It's one thing on it I didn't like when I put it in, so I may pull it back out and fix that. But if you got something you want to see, put it in the comments. I'll do my best to get to it. I try to respond to all the comments as best I can. And I had a blast. I'll be smiling for like 3 days. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one. Bye. Oh, last thing. So apparently I've got a package that showed up at the house. So there may be one little clip here at the end. I'm devastated. If the thing I ordered showed up, I'm going to be devastated that I didn't have it at the track today. Hopefully I can clip it on here at the end. Bye. This is my favorite thing.